We apologize for the technical difficulties. The announcers will be back up in the booth here momentarily. They started Facebook streaming because we were having some pretty hard technical difficulties. Thank you.
I just have Sleazer come up and do this maybe? So where it's muted though, you can still hear. Just doing it's beautiful, and she will just get our YouTube stream back underway. And if anyone is out there, any of my buddies out in Facebook land or social media, or if you are privileged enough to have this phone number and text me, please text me and let me know. I'll be right back. Conducting a test here. Good morning. I know we are coming into the main part way. We have to do the update off of the Facebook winning in the first period. North American New Jersey note of cilantro for Hooligans out against apparently it sounds like I'm talking underwater. Sorry, I was testing it. Because Champ was texting. Hi guys, we are back. Back to the jam in progress.
Alright, Uncle Dad is lead yet again for Philadelphia Hooligans. And back at 105 to 10, he's racking up some more points. Hartford on the outside, left open wide. They're doing a lot of work to hold back. Mass Jammer. Andy.
I've seen Andy set the track. Currently between turns 3 and 4.
If it sounds like we're broadcasting from underwater, it's because we're broadcasting from underwater.
We're in a submarine.
I won't have any questions about it. I was like, let's do it from the bottom of the pool. Nobody said no, and that's how I operate.
You know, whatever. Sleazer does what she wants.
Pretty much. Alright, so there's a 15-point jam. Philadelphia Hooligans 115, Mass Maelstrom still at 10.
Setting up for our next jam, we have Grasso wearing the star for Hooligans versus My Baby Daddy of Maelstrom.
Got a thick pack starting off.
Oh, and lead for the first time in several jams. That is My Baby Daddy. Meanwhile, the pack is held Grasso briefly in turn 2, keeping things slow. In the back stretch, we have MBD coming around, picking up 4 points. Penalty assessed to our Maelstrom pivot. I do believe that is Jimmy Range. Captain Blivett hitting the track. Partnering with Dirty Frank to hold back Grasso. Adding 4 for Mass Maelstrom. And MBD running on the tippy toes up the inside line of the back stretch. As you can hear, we have a strong Maelstrom contingent in the house, as well as Hooligans. You know how the Hooligans do. Their cheering section always sets up turn 2. They are camped out and ready. Oh, MBD swept to the middle, hitting the track. Same with Grasso right in the turn 1 apex. Taken back by Chiller. Chiller has his number, given the shoulder. MBD going safe side. We have a split pack right now. Maelstrom's defense in the back. Betty switch. Your Hooligans pivot, driving back MBD
So,
into turn 1.
the giganticest jam Mass Maelstrom could possibly have done. I mean, there's been 2 jams in which they scored.
Yes.
Other than this is an 18-point jam, bringing it up to 28. An 11-point jam for Philly Hooligans, 126.
And shout out to our stream operator right now. I have Q over to my right, who is being so kind as to fan us with a clipboard. I'll take it.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with this.
Yes, we will take that. And don't forget, there we have our stream via YouTube coming to you for the low, low price of $3.99. My favorite.
What?
Sleazer was wondering what language I was speaking, but we'll get to that later. Andy makes it through the pack, but not enough to score. So Beast calls it, picking up 4 on the last pass.
It's true fact. She has no reason to lie to you.
That's true.
So
I am not a liar. It's funny, I heard
that's exactly what a liar would say.
I know.
That's the thing.
I heard someone in a restaurant last night. We're out to dinner, after acquiring Sleazer at the airport. And I heard someone at a table not far away say, "But I'm not a liar." And all I could think of was, liar!
Right?
But when it comes to scores, I don't joke and I don't lie. But you know what else is awesome? Juke of Hearts, number 40, wearing the star for Hooligans. And if you're just joining us, Mass Maelstrom versus Hooligans in progress. Lead jammer is Juke of Hearts. Mycopathic Chiller has stashed the star for Maelstrom, driven to the infield. And of course, this is our number 8 seed, Mass Maelstrom, versus our number 1 seed, the Philadelphia Hooligans.
This is my first time seeing Mass in person in so many years.
There's been a lot of changes over the years.
It's true.
But it's interesting to see the conglomeration of veteran skaters that make up that Maelstrom roster. We'll get to that before the half, and also the Hooligans roster, since we weren't able to greet you with a proper introduction. But we appreciate your patience.
Yeah.
And again, for tuning in.
So that was a 3-9 jam in favor of Philadelphia Hooligans, 139-31, and we have an official review called by Philly.
You can use my phone too. So this morning, in addition to our super rad stream, we're going to have some Facebook Live content throughout the tournament. On Mass Maelstrom's Facebook, we'll have post-game interviews and also daily recap today. And if all goes according to plan, tomorrow morning, we'll have a preview of Day 2. Okay, also, we'd like to extend this to you if you'd like to say hi to our broadcast crew. So right now, that's Sleazer and I. You can ask us questions about this weekend's games or show your favorite team or skater some love on Twitter. Use the hashtag MRDANAQ2018. That's right, MRDANAQ2018. And we'd like to thank Mass Maelstrom Roller Derby for being excellent hosts in conjunction with the Men's Roller Derby Association here for your 2018 North American Qualifier here at the Wallace Civic Center live in Fitchburg, Massachusetts on the campus of Fitchburg State University. And as you know, the playoffs, of course, lead to championships. So, 2018 MRDA Championships, or MRDA, as we like to say in announcer world, they take place in Salem, Oregon from October 12th to 14th, co-hosted by the MRDA and Bridgetown Roller Derby. The tournament will feature the top 12 MRDA teams in the world fighting to take home the gold. So follow MRDA on Facebook for more information.
Silly out against Andy. Currently, Silly has lead jammer Statty as lead jammer Statty. You know what? I don't have time to say the rest of these words.
I like it.
We're done here. He got a cutty. Gotta go to the boxing.
Okay, enoughie.
Oh.
That was a cut track penalty on Cilantro. That leaves Andy and Mass Maelstrom with a power jam. 5 points up for Maelstrom. And we have a tentative pack in turn 3. Of course, we're seeing the up-front defense coming from the Hooligans. Not enough to detain Andy, picking up 5. The pack moves ever so slightly into turn 4. Of course, Maelstrom armed and ready for a pick. That pick is provided by Dirty Frank, attempting to break up that strong 4-wall. And with the help of Betty Switch and Timmy Twitch, oh yes, I rhymed and not intentionally, they drove back Andy right near the jammer line. Currently the Star Stash, it appears, has been handed off to Pickering. The hat is on the pivot. Pickering watching that line carefully as I Don't Care Bear pushing up. Cycled back. Cilantro going for some hip action to maneuver around Brunetti, also known as Pearl Jammer. Pickering breaking the pack.
So right now a 15-point jam for Mass Maelstrom to an 8-point jam for Philly. We're picking up some more points before the end of it.
Dirty Frank with the drawback on Hooligans, but the jam is done. So shout out to Champ Unkind, our AFTDA president and friend, who is watching the live YouTube stream for Mass Maelstrom's channel. I don't know if you realized, I received your last text 4 times. Thank you, it drives the point home.
All right, back to the action. Uncle Dad out there got lead jammer status, and he's going to take a little bit of, my baby daddy going to take a little bit of the offensive jammer stance as he comes through.
Is a strong combo of Special Ed, Yosemite Slam, Schuler, and Nurse Ratchet, but a hop, skip, and jump allows MBD to escape.
Coming through, one last pass. He's going to go ahead and call it off. He looks a little bit tired after all of that action. It was another 4 points for Philly Hooligans. Got the 5-second call, a full complement of blockers and jammers, everybody available on the track. Grasso facing up against Andy. Andy does get lead jammer status for one of the few times the Mass Maelstrom has achieved that in this game so far.
The thing that I'm seeing Andy just getting warmed up here. We see them use, I call it Gumby style, but really straight up Gumby style, like arms by the side. The easy leans, it's really impressive to me. I always enjoy watching them skate.
That was a 1-point pass before having it called off. So we are now at under 5.5 minutes left in this half. 159 to 47.
And coming into our North American qualifier, just want to go over the game record for Philly Hooligans. Earlier this year, they've had a consistent winning record from April Lanks, winning both games against Toronto Outrage and Puget Sound.
Jammer for Philly is in the box.
Rocky, I'll throw you on a power jam.
Yeah, Beast is in the box. There's a power jam. Lead jammer status goes for I think the 4th time to Mass Maelstrom. Rocky coming through. Pretty excited about this. That's great.
Yep. Jimmy Rage with the pick, helping out the jammer. Seeing a quick recycle from the Hooligans. A good hustle, sweeping Rocky to the outside and back into turn 2.
This power jam is over. Beast is back on, and he's already through the pack, so he is capable of scoring as long as nobody calls it off. All right, points have been accrued and now have been awarded a 5-point pass first go through. Rocky does have lead. Finally called calls it off from the floor. He really did not want to give that up. That's completely respectable, but when you're bleeding out points, maybe it's time to go.
That's true.
It was 3 points brought to you by Rocky. 5 points, courtesy of Beast. 164-50.
And I just noticed what a pretty overlay we have on our stream. It's very nice. We've had trouble getting the overlay to work in the past. So I appreciate these small victories. But speaking of victories that might not be so small, lead acquired by the Hooligans courtesy of Duke of Hearts. His opposition. Let's see who
Psychopathic
Chiller.
Chiller. Oh, I called him a killer.
Chiller the Killer.
Chiller the Killer.
Might have to be a new nickname.
Chiller whipping that star off. Who we got? Is that Jimmy? Nope, it's Pickering.
It's Pickering. The go-to star pass pivot. Meanwhile, we're seeing in the back stretch, Duke of Hearts getting a little bit of an assist there from a blocker, picking up 4 points. Oh, it is 5. Missed that thumb.
I do promote the wiggle thumb.
The wiggle thumb is great
Wiggle
because
thumb
you can
helps
always
me.
see it.
Yeah.
And narrowly evading the boundary, Duke of Hearts making quick work in turn 4, making it look easy. Pickering fighting it out, just breaking the pack past the pivot line. No points on the last pass for Maelstrom or that jam. 2 points on the last pass for Duke of Hearts and the Hooligans.
So we are right about the 2-minute mark. 176-50.
And while we have a second, as I mentioned, Hooligans enjoying a winning season. They've only sustained 1 sanctioned loss, and that was at sibling rivalry against the St. Louis Gatekeepers, current top-ranked team in the MRDA. That was June 24th, 268-79. But let's see what happens here.
Cilantro up against My Baby Daddy. It's gonna be my baby daddy.
Baba Daddy.
Can't talk today. Taking lead. Well, if I had a baby, I would call it a babby. I mean, let's be real.
That's what the interwebs have done to us.
I know.
But nothing to do with the interwebs at the moment. Cilantro out of the pack. Meanwhile, we have MBD fighting a strong 2-wall of Hooligans, swept to the infield by Nurse Ratchet. It is a no pass, no penalty. 4 points up for MBD and 4 points for Cilantro. And we know everybody out there may just be waking up. Thanks for enjoying the YouTube stream free of charge, courtesy of Mass Maelstrom Roller Derby. That's their jammer you see picking up 4 points. MBD, also known as My Baby Daddy. 4 points for Cilantro of Hooligans. And of course, Hooligans in red, Maelstrom in white if you're just tuning in. Gorgeous off to the penalty box for Maelstrom, so 4-3 pack advantage at current for Hooligans. Somebody slamming down MBD, but it appears a stop block call against Yosemite Slam, or maybe not. We know sometimes you see a hand signal and then it goes away.
Oh, did I tell you Bobby's over there giving us all the hand signals?
I did not see.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. It's been an interesting start to our morning.
It's been an odd day so far.
That's okay, because why not? It has to be interesting because it is the 2018 MRDA North American qualifier.
I'd be fine with it being, not interesting. I'm fine with any qualifier. Today's been been interesting.
It has been interesting, but you know what? All is good. Or I should say, all is well.
Yeah. Well, wasn't gonna get you.
I know.
That does put us at intermission.
It definitely does. So before we head out for our break, I would like to provide our full rosters for both teams. Mass Maelstrom, who you've seen out there today, here is their charter roster. They are based in Lancaster, Massachusetts. They are our host league, ranked number 21 in the Men's Roller Derby Association, your 8th seed. 280 I'll See You Later, 10 Dirty Frank, 13 Gorgeous Violet, 15 Rocky, 21 Two-Pack Shocker, 2113 Rancor, 22 Andy, 32 Pickering, 4 Renegade Master, 40 Mycopathic Chiller, 418 Teapotahedron, 504 My Baby Daddy, 60 Pearl Jammer, 666 Mark of the Beast, 77 Captain Blibbit, 847 Count Recula, 89 Jimmy Rage. They are coached by Felner Troy and Schemstress. And there you have it, our Philadelphia Hooligans.
So they are ranked by the MRDA at number 9 right now. Of course, our North American qualifier seed number 1, 0 Grasso, 40 Special Ed, 109 Cilantro, 13 Beast, 1337 Striker, 1983 I Don't Care Bear, 2 D-Morg, 2469 Timmy Twitch, 25 Uncle Dad, 4 Nurse Ratchet, 40 Juke of Hearts, 5 D-Day, 58 Schuler, 610 Hef, 703 Smash Ketchum, 8 Yosemite Slam, 899 General So Fine, 9 T-Ice, 90 Betty Switch, and their bench manager is Tights McGee and lineups manager Shebra.
Wonderful. So we're going to take a quick break. Be right back for the conclusion of Philadelphia Hooligans versus Mass Maelstrom, Game 1 of the 2018 MRDA North American Qualifier.
I think it's unmuted.
We are back.
Okay, good.
If the light is solid red, we are not muted.
I pushed the button. I swear earlier it was green. But I'm probably just remembering.
Another microphone.
Yeah, no, I'm like,
reminiscing.
All tournaments, about tournament 6, which is what I'm on right now. All tournaments are just one long tournament.
I'll tell you, I have no idea. I lost count this year.
I know that my total right now is 11, but if you'd like to see me, let's make it 12. Why not?
Julia Sleazer available for tournaments.
Sometimes.
If she likes you. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I don't like anybody, so that would be...
I know.
Yeah.
You don't discriminate. You just don't like anyone.
Yeah.
But you know what we like? More MRDA roller derby. So
it's dad versus dad.
Dad and dad. Yeah, Uncle Dad and my baby daddy. All in the family here.
Face off.
Uncle Dad securing lead for the Hooligans. If you're just joining us, Philadelphia Hooligans in red, Mass Maelstrom in white. My baby daddy still fighting strong defense from the Hooligans before right around pivot line into turn 1. Meanwhile, Uncle Dad coming around on a scoring pass, pushing a tripod of Maelstrom into the back stretch, and they can't touch this, picking up 5. Pack bringing it back midway between turns 1 and 2. Uncle Dad coming up the middle, hitting the floor. MBD being drawn back at the start of turn 2. Seeing a pick from Jimmy Rage. We'll see if it pans out for MBD.
Alright, so pass through 5 points for the Philadelphia Hooligans. Right now a 15-point jam coming in for another scoring pass. The Pack just hanging out there, holding back my baby daddy, and presenting a tripod up front in the hopes of keeping Uncle Dad back, which they're doing a really good job. The Pack is essentially moving to try to hold him back.
Yeah, Maelstrom's done a great job of taking Uncle Dad to the lines in starting off the second half, of course.
Pickering last to tangle. Comes back, and it's going to be a little spin move to get out of the Pack that time. Another 5 points. Now a 25-point jam.
Oh, MBD telling his blockers to take it easy because he went for the hit on Uncle Dad, though not able to keep him. Jam ends with the Pack in the back stretch. 4-0 on the last pass. And that was in favor of Hooligans.
222 to 61. My word.
Setting it up. Your jammers. In white we have Andy representing Maelstrom. Up against Grasso of Hooligans. Grasso going for the divide and conquer, attacking the links right up the middle and the front white wall, able to prevail. Lead to his credit. Andy hot on Grasso's heels. Pat keeping it slow in turn 3, anxiously awaiting jammers. Hooligans going for a big sweep, but doesn't prove profitable for either team, keeping goose eggs.
Well, those dang old jammers calling it off.
I know, strategy. Oh my. If you do venture down to the Wallace Civic Center, if you're fairly local, make sure that you stop by our vendor village. We have 808 roller skate in the house. So I hear that there's some sort of raffle going on. Not sure when it will be drawn, but you can enter the raffle for free. And yes, they're giving away a swag bag, including great gear. I just heard of this morning. And of course, 808rollerskate.com. On the track, that's Beast getting swept to the outside in turn 1. Meanwhile, at the front of the pack, that is Rocky. Rocky breaks the pack. Beast hot on Rocky's heels after picking up 4 points. Static pack in the back stretch. Jam is called. No points on the last pass for either team. and a total of 4 points for Hooligans takes the score to 226 to 61. And we are only about 4 minutes, 20 seconds into our second half. Keeping it cozy on the jammer line as Jam 5 begins. I apologize, Jam 4. Lead quickly acquired by Duke of Hearts.
My baby daddy, star in hand is through. Juke is at the back of the pack. There's a track cut assessed. The Mass Maelstrom, so there's going to be a power jam for the Hooligans. Through on a first scoring pass. That is 5 more points to Philly. Pack at a standstill just past turn 2. Coming in now, there is the Triforce up front of Mass Maelstrom blockers. They are waterfalling and doing a great job of it. Recula, and lastly, Pearl. 5 more points to Philly, though.
Pack keeping it slow in turn 3. Duke of Hearts doing just as his name says, juking left, juking right, and splitting that front pair of blockers. Adding 5 to the tally, MBD still with a star stashed, coming up against a tripod of Hooligans. Meanwhile, Duke of Hearts puts 4 up, skating through the backstretch.
Ooh, okay. No pass, no penalty. That is going to get him out. Ready to score if there's just enough time. Juke might not let that happen. Oh, but I think it did. Let's see. Yeah, 4 points for Mass. So the score is 248 to 65. 23 and a half-ish minutes left in the game.
I like that, half-ish. And sometimes the clock is not right on.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, I did not know.
We've got like a weird text circle going on. All of a sudden people decided not to use Messenger, and all of a sudden I'm getting texts and I'm like, who is this?
Yeah.
And literally Banshee is next to me asking me who I am over text.
Yeah, I actually said Hootis.
Yeah,
because it was oh, and I said Hootis because I have no idea.
I was responding to Rippy.
Oh! Well, I'm going to respond to Andy.
All right.
Making progress on the track, picking up lead for Maelstrom. And then we had a star pass to Betty Switch on Hooligans. Andy calls the jam mid-back stretch, seeing that Switch has the star. The thing that's great about both teams, they have some surprising candidates, or maybe some unassuming candidates for jammers. Even Maelstrom, that we haven't seen yet. So as the event unfolds, we're going to see some great performances. And I personally am a big fan on Hooligans of Betty Switch because she does great things on the track, whether blocking or jamming, but she's fun to watch. So I was really excited, and it was cut short. Perhaps it will happen again. I'm sure it will. But you know what we've seen happen once, and we'll see it many more times. More than once today already.
It's like 9 times.
I know. For the 10th time, perhaps. Uncle Dad snagging lead for Hooligans. His opposition is Mycopathic Chiller. Chiller doesn't get in for any points before the jam is called. Uncle Dad picks up 3.
251 to 68.
So I was just provided some information by our stream producer, Q, letting us know that I guess there's an incorrect label on the YouTube stream on Mass Maelstrom's channel. It's labeled Battle of Bunker Hill. That already happened this year.
Yeah, it did.
So just a reminder, we'll have that looked into. But Andy, our technical expert, is lead jammer right now. So once they're done playing the game, I'll address it. Thank you very much. But Their opposition is Grasso, hot on Andy's heels. No points for Hooligans. We'll see how many for Maelstrom. A mighty 1. Totally worth it.
Yeah, you know.
Small builds, you got to take them where you can.
Yeah.
And that puts Hooligans at 251 over Maelstrom at 69 points as we head into Jam 8. 20.5 minutes remain in the game. Well, I hear the Maelstrom cheering section. I do believe Boston Creamer is over there in the stands with a few friends. And we're seeing some skater warm-ups on the opposite side of the venue. You may see that on the camera. It's a great space to warm up, that hallway actually. But what's even better is when you're ready to go, picking up lead jam, you're beast right now. A cut call assessed to someone on Maelstrom. I didn't see the person go, but we have a forearm call against Beast, who shaking his head but heading to the penalty box with a smile, releasing Jimmy Rage from the box, who's pivoting for Maelstrom. MBD had picked up the cutting the track penalty, but was quickly returned.
Because Beast had the seats. Now Beast is standing. He's the pack might come right to him.
I might need a booster seat for a table.
I know it.
This year, for this particular event at Wallace, our location for broadcast stream has changed to the opposite side of the venue. It's an adjustment, but it is quite nice. We have a lot more room than we've had in the past. Beast jumping into the pack, splitting down the middle, picking up 5 points. MBD being held right after the pivot line by the Hooligans defense. MBD going the defensive jammer route. We'll see if it actually pays off. Beast is taken to the outside of the track boundary in turn 1. Pickering working the drawback, hoping for some serious clock burn. Beast has to re-enter behind the jammer line. So the 2-wall is Pickering and My Baby Daddy. Seeing some quick cycling. MBD is taken to the infield in turn 1. The jam is over. 0 points for Maelstrom. Current score, let's see. We have 265 for Hooligans, 69 Maelstrom. Heading into Jam 9, just under 18 minutes remain in the game.
Juke of Hearts out against Megabolic Chiller. Timmy Twitch trying to take it back. It does not quite work out. It's going to be Chiller taking lead jammer status. Mass has a 2 brace up front to try to keep back. Juke of Hearts doesn't work out for terribly long. Juke is now through, capable of scoring. The Chiller's going to go ahead and call it off. In the end, that is another 3 points. So, oh, that was, the whole jam was worth 3 points. I'm sorry, I thought that was another pass.
And don't forget, right now, I know we're yet to see the conclusion of the current game, but our next game at 11 a.m. will be the Austin Anarchy versus Mohawk Valley Roller Derby's Quad Fathers. So you'll be in for a treat. You'll have Mary Chaos and Bobby Narco bringing you all of the games, the next game coming up. And of course, even more later on with Denver versus Toronto and San Diego versus Race City.
All right, lead it goes to Silly. Rocky out there trying so hard to get past these Hooligans.
And Rocky does make it past the Hooligans, though does go out of bounds right at the edge of turn 4. Cycled all the way back into turn 3 at the end of the back stretch. quite nail the apex jump.
Yeah, it's just kind of a random jump.
It really was, but it was pretty.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with it.
I always enjoy a good jump like that, but unfortunately not successful. He quickly cycles, picks up 5. Rocky dueling it out against the tripod of hooligans, looking to get some help from Renegade Master. The Nurse Ratchet cycles Rocky back behind the jammer line. Ratchet off to the penalty box, as is Dirty Frank for Maelstrom. So hooligans running into some heavy penalties for their blockers, but it is the hooligans successfully taking down Rocky. I do believe 6-1-0. And there's Schuler. We have a 3-2 pack at, 3-1 pack at current. I apologize, that was Hef who was putting a hurting against Rocky. Schuler was left to his lonesome after the Bucks started to pick up some traffic.
Things happen.
I know, they do, but I was impressed with Hef.
So 280 to 76, and a team timeout called by Philadelphia.
We've discussed Philly's winning season thus far. Now, as far as the sanctioned game record for Mass Maelstrom, they played Casco Bay, had a win back at the end of March 31st, winning over Casco Bay 258 to 106. And at the Battle of Bunker Hill back in May, they had an 0-3 performance against Toronto Outrage, 214 to 128. Mohawk Valley, 297 to 146. And hooligans at that time, that was their last performance at Battle of Bunker Hill, with a loss 426 to 32. So if you're just looking at differential, today's game, Maelstrom is faring far better than their earlier performance this year against the Philadelphia Hooligans. Sure. Then at Mohawk Valley Cup, I mean, just the points, the numbers specifically from Philadelphia are astounding. And again, Mohawk Valley Cup, Maelstrom had a win, 306 to 223 against the Mont Royals from Montreal, and 2 losses, once to Hooligans, 507 to 46, again, like I said, those point differentials, and 289 to 139 against Race City. So it's interesting, the rematches that get to happen here at the North American Qualifier.
Action about to get back underway. Got that swoopy whistle.
Yes, definitely.
5 seconds, and we got 1 skater standing in the penalty box. So there is a pack advantage to Mass. My baby daddy out there from Mass. Looks like, well, true story, he is trying to get through his lead jammer. He does get through, but a no pass, no penalty is going to not award him lead. Lead still open for Uncle Dad.
And we're seeing some strong brace action coming from the Maelstrom defense. Able to hold Uncle Dad at least until the edge of the back stretch, but the jam is called, no points. At least for the Hooligans. For the Hooligans, no points.
Yeah.
280 to 78. Still Hooligans ahead, heading into Jam 12. 13 minutes, 10 seconds remain. We have a delicate microphone here.
It's delicate. It's so beautiful.
You have to be gentle.
So delicate.
Well, you have to treat the equipment on the stream and in the house very well. Because we need it to last.
First of all, it's not yours.
It's not mine. That's right. It's not your mic.
Yeah. Secondly, looks to be super expensive.
And it's Rancors, actually, and we appreciate the use of it.
Yeah, I know.
Know what else we appreciate? The spin move that just came from Andy as they came around for turn 2. Jam was called. We'll see how that translates.
4 to 4. Oh, sorry, 4 to 8. This time in favor of Mass. Bringing it up to 86. Philly at 284.
The jam is on. We have Beast in red for Hooligans. Lead secured. Up against Rocky Alfreya, who breaks the pack not far after. About a quarter lap separate the two. Oh, and Beast turns around and says, "You want to tango? Let's dance." Beast pulling the jammer shovin'. Jammer lovin'. Little jammer shovin'.
Jammer shovin'. I can't remember the words.
Jammer shovin' happened so fast.
There you go. Yeah. You know, I didn't love Grease, if I'm being honest.
I'll be honest, I didn't love it either, but
they had some catchy tunes, but then you listen to the words, and much like ABBA, you will get bummed out.
Yes.
I'm like, this is a great song.
Oh no.
Oh.
So sad.
Ooh.
Now you know why I'm averse to ABBA. But
I know. They've been a favorite band of me for so long, and then now when I hear them, I'm like, Fernando.
Although I love the movie Mariel's Wedding, which has ABBA as the entire soundtrack. You need that in your life, friend. But something else we need in our lives, more Juka Hearts jamming for Hooligans. Going around safe side, picking up lead, a forearm call. All on Juka Hearts right after lead. So off to the box, Juke goes Power Jam. Lead is open. MBD with a star in his hand. And yes, I said M as in Mike.
Yeah.
And a lot of people sometimes will ping us and say, MBD, he hasn't skated for a while. No. This is M as in my baby daddy.
My baby daddy.
Pack extends all the way to the edge of that back stretch. MBD able to push it up, but gets cycled inward. Hooligans taking the front of the pack, keeping it slow, really working on that speed management and containment. My baby daddy is taken out of bounds, cycled back before the pivot line. Clears the turn 1 apex. And let's see what we have going on. Oh, we have our jammer back to the track.
Yes.
For Hooligans. Sorry, I was looking going, are they in? Yes, they are in.
Yes, they're just kind of in a swarm, but that was the first scoring pass for Mass. 5 points.
Juka Hearts just gets so low. Plus with just with his speed.
There was a lot going on.
It was really tough to see.
Another scoring pass for Mass Maelstrom. 4 more points. Juke now coming in low, meeting up with Recula. It's not working out.
No. Recula can be a formidable wall of one.
Nice, yeah.
And definitely served his purpose in that moment.
So 3 to 11 jam that time in favor of Mass Maelstrom.
That takes our score to 287 Hooligans, 97 Maelstrom. We have 8 minutes, 40 seconds remaining, and we're heading into jam 15. Rumor has it that later today, or perhaps even tomorrow, I think it might be tomorrow, there will be donuts.
What?
Available. I heard Union Square Donuts is paying the Wallace Civic Center a visit this weekend. So, you know, you really, if you're somewhere local, like, and when I say local, if you're within 2 hours driving distance and you aren't doing anything but sitting and hanging out at home, hop in the car, come on down, hang out with us this weekend here at the 2018 MRDA North American Qualifier, so you can get in on all the fun, the food, the fellowship. Jam is over.
It's a 0-0 on that one.
So still sitting 287-97 with Hooligans in lead.
And an official review called by the Hooligans on that thar business.
On what business?
That thar.
That thar? Okay.
Yes. The business you might find yonder.
These are colloquialisms I'm not used to.
You were making fun of how I talked last night. I ramped it up.
I didn't make fun of how you were speaking. So last night, while we wait right now, because we've talked about the pertinent information that we have in front of us already, so why not? Story time. You have 3 announcers in a car. One from Massachusetts, one from North Carolina, and one originally from Missouri.
Yeah.
There are some interesting accents and regionalisms that appear.
There's not even regionalisms. In real life, I read more stuff than I talk.
No, that's true. However, I'm referring to me.
Oh, yeah,
because
it
had been a very long day. I can't remember what it was I said, but you said, what?
Yeah.
Because you said, no, there it is. Now I hear it.
Oh, yeah, I never realized you had an accent before this weekend. And I'm like, did I just, skip over it in my head?
No, because most of the time, with announcing, of course, but also I practice pretty clear pronunciation and diction.
I don't. I like to slur all my words into one.
Yeah, which is funny. It's fun to listen to, actually, and I do mean that in a good way. I like figuring out the accents in the different references because it just makes me think. But you know what else makes me think? Derby action, and I mean playing. We have Rocky, I'll throw you, wearing the star again for Maelstrom. They're in white, and that's Uncle Dad adding an additional lead credit to his cap. Now, Uncle Dad, many may know, skated at this year's Men's Roller Derby World Cup.
Saw it, yeah.
Yes, we were there, live in Barcelona. Lucky us. So a key jammer on the Team Canada roster. So it's great to see, and throughout this event, there are actually a few of his Team Canada teammates, as well as other members of World Cup teams. So lots of great high-quality derby play before us today. Pack spreading out into the front stretch as the jammers are pushing it. Uncle Dad coming up the inside line, adding 5. Rocky cycled back by I Don't Care Bear.
It's true.
And taken back into turn 4. Hooligans doing a great job. I mean, that is a scary tripod right there. Braced 2 wall. We have T-Ice racing along with Yosemite Slam and I Don't Care Bear.
Yeah, I don't want it.
Solid is an understatement.
Yeah.
And I mean that in a very complimentary way.
Oh, no. That's, if you're going to have a 3 brace, that's the one to have.
Oh, yes. Successful one it may be, though Rocky did break the pack. Took a little bit, but no points acquired for Maelstrom on that jam.
A 19-point jam, however, for Philadelphia, bring him out to 306. Mass still sitting at 97. Just about 6 minutes left in the game.
And I'd like to thank our officials, of course, our on-skating officials as well as our non-skating officials, and our tournament GTO, that would be Moose. And then we also have on stats, we've got Jeff, our tournament head NSO, Toxic Narcotic, tournament head referee, Judge Double Wapner. So thank them if you see them, because they're wonderful, and without them, our event is not possible.
Right, lead is once again to Philadelphia, but Mass is hot. Well, not necessarily on their heels, sometimes on their sides, sometimes on their front ways.
That's how Andy do. Andy is not allowing any room to Grasso.
Yeah, Grasso looks real happy about it.
Grasso is pacing himself.
No, the pack is like, bye!
This, for those who question, why laps? I give you Exhibit A.
Well, I do have to point out, this is one of the few times in this game that it's been, more than 1 lap or something like that. And I'm not saying, boo to the 27 and 5 or whatever it's at this point. I'm saying, we have seen a lot of, they're here, and they're just there.
Exactly.
And they might move just to hold back the jammer. But, that was a 3-lap jam.
Yes, and at this particular point in the game, I think they're looking at it, perhaps Maelstrom's looking at things saying, let's do what we can to wear out the jammer.
You know what? How's your endurance?
Everyone's tired.
And the humidity is insane.
Lucky for these two teams, they are pretty much used to it.
Right.
At this time of year. And I will say, in comparison to some other venues, Wallace, the way it holds the humidity isn't the worst.
Were you at Sibling Rivalry this year?
No, I was not.
Okay. I haven't been. I went back to St. Louis once since I moved away from Missouri, and it was in July, and I was like, oh God. So I can only imagine. Although that venue is pretty good about being not insanely hot.
That's good. It really depends here. I think the fact that we had the explosive rainstorm yesterday added to this.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, this is dumb.
No, see,
you don't know who to call, but
you flew in a little later.
Yeah.
But when I arrived, because I'm one of the lucky few as far as this particular event is concerned, I live within an hour, and so I headed here. I would say probably about 5 p.m. and driving from nice sunny South Shore of Massachusetts, I drove into a storm.
Well, I have some awkward news.
What's our awkward news?
Tornado warning, severe thunderstorm warning, a flash flood watch, and a flood advisory from your friend.
Oh,
so
thank you, Six.
Yeah, hi Six.
Six Tat from Providence Roller Derby. Helpful friend there, although that news just a hair ominous.
Yeah, I moved to a place where there is no tornadoes, and I'm like, the basements, if they have them, are for no real reason. They just put stuff in them.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, from what I understand, tornadoes are not always a thing here, but it happens. And you know what else happens? Psychopathic chiller snacking lead, and the crowd goes wild. Hooligans actually passing the star off to Special Ed. And hear them roar. They like it.
Everyone enjoys Special Ed.
Yes. Well, from what I understand, Special Ed's, we were given some fun facts about our skaters if the teams were willing to provide them. He has an aversion to foods that are green. Says it's too spicy. Green's too spicy, which I find hilarious because the next person on the roster is cilantro. Who's jamming next?
That's funny.
Perhaps just a little shade towards cilantro.
Maybe.
I like to joke that cilantro is spicy. So, you know, it kind of worked in tandem with that. So, Special Ed, I see you. That was fun.
Andy out there from Mass, back at the back. Cilantro trying to bust through. Mass doing a great job of holding him back up front. You got that water falling. Four attentive skaters there. Now 3. Now 2, no one. And lead jammer goes once again to Philadelphia Hooligans.
And some success on Clockburn from Maelstrom. It took about 29 seconds for Silly to get lead.
Yeah.
Had to push it all the way out in the back stretch. And just a fun fact about this jammer pairing, for those not in the know, Andy and Cilantro used to be teammates on Maelstrom prior to Cilantro's transfer to the Hooligans.
Nice.
Keeping it slow back there. Nurse Ratchet with a drawback on Andy. Meanwhile, 5 points for Hooligans. Cilantro taking a slow, calculated approach as he hits the wall. Recula taking Cilantro to the outside line. Silly quick enough to take the inside and pick up 5 more. Recula off to the penalty box.
Here we are, standing around, turn 3. I don't care, Bear, ready to go. Let's go, he says, but no one follows.
Well, I don't care, Bear got the pick.
He did.
Yeah.
Man, well, you know, make it hard.
Pearl Jammer, wall of 1 right there.
Right? Pickering is through, star in hand. See if there's enough time. And, run! I don't think that he hips got past. No, it's a 0. But it was a good try. So that ran our clock down. Our unofficial final is 3:36 Philadelphia Hooligans, 1:03 Mass Maelstrom.
We'll get that official confirmation, but not a bad way to start the day.
No, certainly not.
Now that we have 1 game down, at the 2018 MRDA North American Qualifier. That is the official game whistle. Thank you, down in Jersey, 336 to 103. Congratulations, Philadelphia Hooligans. Please join us at 11 a.m. for our next pairing, which will be Austin Anarchy and versus Mohawk Valley Roller Derby's Quad Fathers. And Chaos, that is Mary Chaos and Bobby Narco, will be bringing you that game, so you'll hear back from us shortly. And don't forget to subscribe to Mass Maelstrom's YouTube channel. That way you too can get notifications when we're about to go live next. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon.